Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we meet again with me Alvan Wari. So this video about the chapter 2, which is about the theoretical direction. And this presentation is coming from the book Companion to Comparative Literature, Blackwell, Companions to Literature and Culture. So firstly, let me share screen. So here we go. Chapter 2, Theoretical Direction, Vanishing Horizons, Problems in the Comparison of China and the West. The following are some of the main issues that have defined the comparison area for the Chinese example and more generally the conception of universal and particular, comparable and incomparable that such a field imagines into existence. The issue of modernity, the tale of its origin in the Europe and its export through trade, interchange and violence to the rest of the globe, including East Asia, cannot be separated from a comparison of the East and the West. The appropriate or original disciplines of literary comparative poetry, theater, fiction, and philosophy built their relationships within this larger ideological structure, where literary and aesthetic meanings constantly play a role in the act of comparison. Modernity relies heavily on internal comparisons because of its universalism, because it defines itself in part as a style that entails the contrast between the present and the past, the modern and the non-modern. In contemporary literary criticism, metaphor is regarded as a nearly universal quality of poetic language, and according to Heidegger, as an essential element of what is commonly referred to as metaphysics. Since Aristotle, the idea of metaphor has played a fundamental role in development of European aesthetics. The claim made by Heidegger, despite the fact that he does not specifically mention China, is a possible starting point in the ongoing debate about the aesthetic qualities of China, one of the main strands of which is the issue of whether or not metaphor is used in Chinese poetry. The issue is that criticizing categories as components of heuristic thinking is not what Pauline Yu from China, Owen, and others mean when they legitimately criticize the way categories have been studied and interpreted them. Although it is true that the categories used to train aestheticians and critics in the US and European institutions do not account for many types of differences or texts created outside of the West. The solution to this issue is not to discard categories but to improve them. A more identifiable point of view on many of the methods and potential limitations of the impact of study paradigm are used in the East or West comparison of works produced after the 17th century. The publication of Orientalism by Edward Said in 1978 can be viewed as a pivotal moment in this situation. Orientalism dramatically recontextualized the history of cross-cultural representation and impact by contending that both of these are aspects of imperialism, which links the entire representative and scientific machinery of Europe and the US with a crucial role in ethical justice. The West dominated the rest of the globe in the 18th, 19th, and 20th century. Well, that's all for the chapter 2 from the book a companion to comparative literature, Blackwell companions to literature and culture. Well, that's all for this presentation. Last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in the next presentation, in the next video. Have a nice day.